Hello, truckers, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. We are somewhere in California. I don't remember where, but we are heading north with some Kennys going to Tacoma, Washington. I should look all this stuff before I start recording, but I can't wait to start recording because since I recorded last episode, we got some news about Wyoming, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Last episode, also, we hired a new driver, and he is on the road, hopefully. I'm going to leave him on balanced. I know when I usually get drivers, I put him on long distance. I'm just going to put him on balance and let him handle what he can handle because he does have one point in the long distance. So around Denver, he should find plenty of loads. So we're just going to leave him be. Anyways, I need to get to bed. We're down to $8,000 in our bank account. So hopefully some drivers kick in some money. But we got enough. We're already up to $13,000 just by sleeping overnight. That is pretty darn good. 14,000. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. I mean, 6,000 a day for loan payments, but yeah, overall we are fine. Let's get on the road because I do have a load to get out of here. Speaking of getting out of here, for some reason, yeah, we can see that GPS is still trying to tell me I probably should go the other direction, but we're not going to. Where is my way out of here? Over here, I think. I think over here is the way we're going. Yep, we're all good. Then turn right and head north up the I-5. So yeah, after I got done recording last episode and before my video got released last week, if you're seeing this in real time, Wyoming, that news got released. So as you're seeing this, Wyoming should be released on September 7th, which is not too far off if you're watching this when this goes live. So, boy, I'm just all over the place here on shifting. Wasn't ready to stop that quick. So we need to get on the road and get up to, I think it's Tacoma, Washington is where I'm going. Is that where I'm going? Yes, it is. Port of Tacoma, actually, which is fine by me. And the reason why I want to get this load up there and going, because then I want to turn and burn and try to get over to Wyoming a little bit. So we're prepared for when it comes out that we can start cruising around Wyoming when it does come out. And we'll probably cruise around Wyoming as much as we possibly can. I don't know what they got for a road system for Wyoming. I'm going to guess it's just going to be on the perimeter of the state, maybe. I'm not too sure. Have no idea. We are not going to get to Tacoma, Washington today, though, but I'm going to try to bend the speed limit just a tad. California, as we know, is 55, and so I'm going to try to do 60. And I should be fine. Usually with speed limits in ATS, it's 10% of the speed limit that you can go over before you get a ticket. So at 55, I should be able to go 60.5 miles an hour before I get a ticket. So 60 miles an hour, I could be going 60.5. I might get a ticket. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I want to chew in some miles today. We're fine, though, because the load they're not expecting until Friday at 2, Friday at 3. So that's tomorrow in game time. That should be plenty of time. Did I just shoot myself in the foot for saying that? Maybe. But anyways, we're on the I-5 North because I haven't been on the I-5 North yet since the rework has been done in patch 1.41, which has been a while now. But we're getting there. So we're going to go up through there today. We should get up through Oregon into somewhere in Oregon today, I would assume. So we should see all the I-5 that we can see when we go up through. Should be kind of interesting, but like I said, well, once we get this load done, then we'll try to find a load headed towards Wyoming, for darn sure. I think I can sneak back over to that lane there. So money-wise, we should be fine for a couple days. I mean, we should be fine altogether. I know when we bought the truck and got the driver, I'm like, okay, we're down. I think it was down to like $7,000. I'm like, okay, as long as none of my drivers come back empty-handed and have to pay for fuel and maintenance, then it could be a problem. But woke up this morning and yeah, up to almost $15,000. So we're good for a couple days on that money alone. I think because a lot of you have wanted me to get a trailer, we'll start saving up for a trailer at this point. I was originally going to just go ahead and get drivers and fill the garages before I got into a trailer, but we'll get a trailer. I was going to get a reefer trailer, but I didn't remember trailers being that expensive. So yeah, also at the end of the last episode, we looked at those trailers, and the reefer trailer was like what 130. I'm pretty sure that was a souped-up trailer, though. I mean, it was a long trailer. I probably can get a shorter one and all that kind of stuff. But we shall see how it gets along here. I want to make our money pile up a little bit before I go ahead and get ourselves a trailer. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about trailers is it kind of limits what you can carry for cargo, but you get paid more for it. So we may just get a flatbed and do a couple loads, and then I don't know if I want to get my if I do get my flatbed to one of my drivers, it's going to be one that's pretty well experienced. That way they can have a better chance of getting more loads. Or I may just turn around and sell the trailer right back and get the cash for it. We shall see. But I want to save up a little bit of cash before we go ahead and do so. Okay, so we're somewhere to buy San Francisco, apparently. I mean, we're pretty well east of San Francisco, but that was the exit for San Fran. Gonna sneak back over. I noticed when I was editing last video, by the way, there was a couple close calls with my cargo. And speaking of the cargo, let's see if I hit this button here, right? Yeah, we're fine. The cargo's fine. 1% damage is tire wear, so I haven't hit nothing. But going back and looking at the video, there was a couple corners I took kind of sharp with these Kennys back there. I do have fuel. Yeah, okay, we did fuel up. Normally, we do fuel up at the end of an episode, but lately, it's been like 50-50 sometimes where I got to where we had a park and there was no fuel station for us to fuel up. So I just want to make sure we got fuel. We got plenty. So getting through the day, not a problem. Not a problem whatsoever. So I'm excited for the Wyoming DLC because always when new DLC comes out, you know, we've been through Wyoming on the coast-to-coast map, but it's pretty bland. But I'll be honest, I've been to Wyoming quite a bit, and so some areas out there are kind of like that. So I'll be interested to see what SCS has done for us on the Wyoming map. So kind of the normal when they announce the date of a DLC is usually like 2 weeks before it gets released. Right, but like I said, right now it's a planned release. So what could possibly come up in the last 2 weeks to where they say, oh wow, we can't release it like that. I'm pretty sure they've been testing it for quite a while, so it has to be something kind of drastic for them to say, no, we can't release it on the 7th of September. I did check before I started recording. And right now there's no listed price, but I'm going to say like $4.99, $5.99, somewhere in that general area. I think is what they are the DLCs for it. And I'll just have to be careful for like a day or two if I happen to record when the day it comes out or whatever, because we do have the coast-to-coast map, and it usually takes like a day. It may just take like a day before the coast-to-coast map gets updated, so I have to be careful traveling from Wyoming onto the coast-to-coast map if I happen to do so, because sometimes the roads don't meet up and you fall through the map. So that's always a fun thing. The road may look like it's there, but it's not really there. I've done that before. Did that in Pro Mods in ETS2. Didn't know there was an update to the game, an update to Pro Mods, and I was driving through and I happened to hit to a spot to where your driving law looks like the road's there and you just, well, fall through the map. Kind of the same situation when we hit invisible walls on maps, where you're just driving along and boom. I think we've hit, what, 2 invisible walls on the coast-to-coast map? And I think they're both in the Wyoming area too, so I have to be kind of careful about that. How much am I getting paid for this load going up here? Should be pretty darn good. 5,500. The XP should actually be pretty good because, you know, it's fragile, it's a high value, it's articulated, and it might be an urgent delivery as well. I can't remember, but there's a lot of things there. We were pretty well, I don't want to say pretty well experienced, but we should get a good enough XP from it. We are level 22, by the way. And we're pretty much done counting levels because now we got our Mack truck all painted up and we're rocking the paint job, so we're good to go there. Hello, Sacramento. So I think Sacramento is the cutoff line-ish, heading north on the I-5 for all the rework stuff. We'll know when we actually really get there because the GPS the road will not be yellow anymore. And we have gone up through the I-5 before, so when it's not yellow anymore, that means it's a new region done. Although last episode, when we're heading north up through here, I saw some power lines and wind turbines. I don't remember those being there before. I'm just, I just don't remember them being there before, and I was just pausing there for a second. I'm starting to flash back quickly in my memory banks if they were, I was like, have I seen them before? Have I not? I don't recall them being there, so that could be something new. I want to say this is the second rework for the I-5 going up into Northern California. See, I don't even remember even those power lines right there. So it looks like right here you can see where the road's not yellow, but it's going to be yellow now in a second because we're traveling through here. But yeah, this is all new stuff. Some of you have probably already been up through here, but for me, nope. Can't really see those Kennys behind us, but they're back there. They are back there. So, also, at this point now we have, 14 trucks, including ourselves, on the road, so money is going to be coming in a little bit more, a little bit faster, which is all good. Traffic seems to be kind of bogged down here. Do I need to be getting over? Whoa, 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 whoa. AI traffic will eventually just sometimes stop like that. It scares a little bit of daylight out of me. Now, we should be taking the I-5 almost into Washington, I would think. I don't know the West Coast that well to know if the I-5, if I'll be taking the I-5 all the way up through there. So it all depends on how it goes with Wyoming. I'm not sure if we will be able to get there the same week that it comes out. Because obviously today, all day today, we're going to be traveling up into Oregon. I don't think I'll make Washington, but I think we'll get definitely up into Oregon. I think, he says. He's going to try. And then next episode, obviously, we'll be dropping off these Kennys. And then we'll find a load headed through Idaho, I think, is what we'll do. Hopefully. As we know, sometimes you want to get a load going in a certain direction. It's not going to happen. I've had a couple requests as well to hit in certain cities, and I'll try to get there to your cities. I know a couple of people mentioned, can you drive through there, drive through here. A couple of the cities I may have actually already kind of gone through on the interstate, but actually drove through the city itself. But if we happen to find ourselves in those general areas, I do got a list of cities where people have asked, can you drive through there? And yeah, when it's on the coast-to-coast map, unless it's really like in the southeast corner of the map, or the southern part of the map, and I just got to find because, I didn't see how much the fine was though, but alright, I might be going just a little bit too fast, so let's go ahead and just, there we go, 59. So it was a cop right behind me, so I passed him a little while ago, so I must have been on the edge of 60.5 miles an hour. Alright, so we'll do 59, we're set there. But anyways, yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, like driving through cities. Unless it's like in the southern part of the coast-to-coast map, a lot of the cities aren't done. And a lot of the cities that are actually there are actually just probably drag and drop replacements. They'll take like a city that's on the SCS map, just like copy and paste it down. But I know they've been working on some of the cities. I mean, if you remember far enough back when we went through Florida, Florida's pretty well done over. Southern Georgia's pretty well done over. I would like to get to the Carolinas. So, yeah, originally after this load, we were going to try to get down and cut diagonals, go right down to the Carolinas. But it looks like we'll be making a pit stop in Wyoming for a while, and then we'll head to the Carolinas. New plan. Plans change every day in ATS. You don't know until you drop off your load. It's like, yeah, I'd like to go this way. And the city's like, we have nothing going that way, but if you'd like to go this way. As for Canada itself, on the Pro Mod side, yeah, probably won't be visiting that for a while. I know, yeah, I do know there is another, I almost said coast-to-coast map. There is a Canadian map that's been out there for quite a while. And maybe I should give that one a go. I'm drawing a blank what the name of that modded map is. But for those of you who do know what I'm talking about, that Canadian map's been out there for quite a while. If it's good, just let me know what your opinion is of it. And it will be worth our while to head up there. There's a Mexico one as well that I could possibly maybe look into. But I think our cards are pretty well filled for the next at least half dozen or so episodes. And I may, like I said, I may get into those maps, the Mexico map or the Canadian map. And we'll drive around in those areas for a while. I'm not going to be buying any garages and putting garages on any modded maps. Just that it can get kind of there's some work that needs to be done. So like when you put a garage on a modded map and then SCS comes out with that state, like on the coast to coast, I've done this before. You pretty much got to move everything out of those garages and kind of like sell those garages because the game gets kind of confused. Like if I own a garage, say in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and the DLC comes out, it'll say I own a garage in Cheyenne, but it's for that particular location, and the garage that SCS comes out with may not be in the same location. Well, I should say it might be. It won't be in the same location. It gets confused, and it can cause a whole bunch of problems. So yeah, I've done that before with the Coast to Coast map, like when New Mexico came out. Well, all the states have come out, and that's why when we started the series, I'm like, I'm not going to put any garages on the modded map, just that it'll be a lot of moving around. It's not too difficult to do, but it's just a lot of extra added work to do. But overall, we are fine. I have been looking around here, and yeah, you can see, I can definitely tell this section is definitely different because none of this is looking familiar. Way station a mile ahead, guaranteed, because I'm in the fast lane. So I'm going to... And of course, everyone's slowed down. Yep. So that trucker that screwed up traffic, what is that trucker doing? That trucker was like in, I want to call it the middle lane now. He slowed way down, got in the far right-hand lane, and now he just swerved all the way out to the far left-hand lane, which made the car behind him pretty much hit the brakes, and I was trying to merge on over. Luckily, I'm not in that much of a hurry. This is interesting. Kind of an interesting little way station with a breakdown there. It's kind of nice little added touch. It's different. Where am I going here? What does... I'm not sure. Because there's 2 points here. I mean, would it count the same if I was in either lane? Your vehicle is not perfect. Wait. My vehicle is not... Okay, I got 7% damage, which is probably all... It's probably all tire wear. So, I mean, if I got like 1% tire wear, they're going to say, hey, your truck is not perfect. And I'll be like, well, thank you, Sherlock. I mean... It's almost like the way stations around here. I mean, you could be putting tires on the truck, roll it. Yep, should have known that was coming. Roll out of the parking lot after putting tires on, gone about 100 yards, and you know the DMV in California is going to be like, your truck's not perfect. You got 100 yards on the tires. It's like, yeah, okay, gotcha. Now I'm out here in the fast lane like a goof. Although we're not going that slow. We are doing 51 in a 55, so we're not going extremely slow. But the second I saw a way station, I'm like, yep, we're going to be pulling into there, I'm sure. So this part of the I-5, it was not a rework, because you can see we've been here before. I know the transitions on the bridges to the main road are a little bit more bumpier than I remember them being. So it's 12:30. We still got 575 miles to go. I'm hoping to get it down to under 400 miles by the end of the day. That'll give me 5 hours tomorrow. If I do on average 60 miles an hour, it'll give me 5 hours the next day. Why is that truck going so slow? Am I missing something here? I don't know. Speed limit's 55. I'm doing 59, so I'm not rocketing down the road, but that truck seemed like it was going really slow. So since we left this morning, not one driver has completed a load. But that's fine. We got a lot of money overnight. And the money's going to just come in faster and faster. I've said this many times because, well, now we got an extra driver and everyone's leveling up, which means they're going to earn more. So as far as our company is concerned, money is not much of an issue, even though we still owe a few million, well, not $2 million, but it's like, what, $1.7 million I think we owe. This is an interesting little part of the I-5 I do not remember. Looks like we got a sharp turn coming up. Sharp turn to the left. Hopefully I don't have to slow down too much on these corners. I don't want to lose my momentum going up a hill. I mean, it looks like we're going uphill, but it doesn't sound like the engine is trying to accelerate faster because we are going uphill. Now that corner's not too bad. This is one thing I do say about the map sometimes. It looks like you're going uphill quite a bit. And for the amount of weight that we got behind us, I think this truck would be slowing down just a little bit. So maybe we're not going uphill as much as I think we are. Maybe it's just deceiving. I have no idea. I think these trucks do weigh like 50,000. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I'm not sure if that is... So if any of you have traveled up through here, is that like a static accident? Or is that something I'm just seeing going on there? Oh well. You travel enough on the roads, you eventually see stupid things. Because that's not too hard to do nowadays. There's an interesting truck dealership over there. A lot of tankers. That was rather interesting. Not gonna lie, but whoops! Almost cut that. Well, I did cut that car off. I don't say almost. I was too busy reading my advisory screen at the bottom, trying to see how we're doing, mileage-wise and everything. Yep, you can go now. There. It's kind of like a Subaru, I guess. Well, Subaru, Volvo. It's hard to tell. There's no decals on the car. Still on the old good old I-5. The one route I have not taken in ages, but I did it way back when, was Route 1 up right on the coast of California. But as a truck driver and you got deadlines to meet, Route 1, that's a scenic route. So is that the port of entry to California? I think it is. California state flag. So we're going to be crossing the state line here pretty shortly, I would think. And the state of Oregon may be saying, hey, come on in. We need to weigh you up. Not a bad drive up the I-5. It was kind of interesting, especially that little traffic accident back there. I have not been to this town, apparently, which is Hilt. I don't think I'm going to discover it either because we're on the interstate. So you can see the GPS is saying I have not been here before either. Port of entry, way station 1 mile. So might as well stay right here, because I might get called in. We shall see here in 3, 2, 1. Of course. It's like all the trucks are being pulled in. Is there more than one lane? Because I would like to get weighed in as soon as possible. There might be one over there. I can't tell. I can't tell if that's a scale, or I think I can get weighed in on the other side as well. But we'll go here. I think GPS had me going the other side. I hope there's a weigh scale here. I can't see. Got my hazards on. Yes, I know where my hazard key now is. Hopefully there's a scale here, because I cannot see the indicator. Too many trucks. Yep, there's one here. You could have called this California. They know all my information. See how this goes getting back on the I-5. Oh, I downshifted way too much. As you can see, I don't have patience when I'm coming out of a weigh station, because all the traffic is just at a dead stop, and I don't want to say all the time, but most of the time when you come out of a weigh station, the traffic is pretty much cleared up on the interstate to help you get back on the road as soon as you can. But definitely always look, because that's not always a guarantee. Now we can do at least 60, so that means I can do 65 well enough. And like I said, I want to get these miles down. I'm not in a hurry because of the deadline. I'm just trying to get places quicker, so I can get to Wyoming quicker, because that's the deadline I'm kind of pushing for at this point. Alright, do 64. That should be fine. Already got one speeding ticket today. Don't need to make it worse. What time is it? Oh, Cindy, in the back. It's almost 3:30. We gotta look at the map to find out where our next rest area is going to be. So I got about an hour and a half on the clock. And this looks promising right here. If I go there... whoa, that's kind of all messed up. That's a... what? I would have to do this. Alright, so that checkpoint says an hour and 29 minutes. So probably go right to this rest area. I should be able to get to that, correct? I hope so. Alright, let me do that. Yes, that works out fine. That is fine for us. So we will be somewhere north of Medford. But I really haven't traveled in Oregon much, have I? And this is where we're going. And then eventually, like I said, hopefully we can get a load. We can get a load going to Idaho-ish. And here is Wyoming right here. So that's our goal for the next week in ATS time. Can we not stutter after coming back from the map? There we go. So should be a big enough rest area. Did see a fuel station there, so we should be good to go on that. And at this rate, I should be able to knock off almost another 90 miles-ish. So that's going to put us like 325 miles to go tomorrow. And that means about 5.5 hours or so of traveling before we get to Tacoma, Washington, or the port of Tacoma. Like I said, we'll find a load going to... It would be kind of interesting if I find a load going to Wyoming. And then, if I were to get, you know... then get the DLC for Wyoming, and if that store is not there, then that load may be... So I better not take anything going into Wyoming, so I better find something that's like going to Idaho. I'm already worrying about tomorrow's load. I'm not even there yet. I'm pretty sure in real life, most truckers by now, in real life, if they were doing a load like this, they know what load they're going to get tomorrow because they can report in and start requesting loads for tomorrow. That would be kind of interesting if you could schedule loads for like the next week in Trucking Simulator, but I think that'd be asking too much. Someone couldn't find a job and had to return. How much is that going to cost me? Oops, sorry, red car. I was kind of busy. $370. Those are the things that you get kind of a little concerned about when you got to pay $6,000 a day on loan payments, and your bank account's sitting, you know, right at $8,000-ish. So not only did they not get a load in and delivered, I mean, those are fees you have to pay usually anyways, but it's kind of hidden into their deliveries. I think this is where we're getting off. Are we at a rest area already? I mean, it's not like I'm like, oh, I got another half hour on my drive time. Doesn't matter. There's no other rest areas nearby, so this is going to be it. Oh, a long line of Kennys behind us. Got to be careful. Kind of an interesting little area. Stop and get our fuel first. Kind of some sharp corners here, but it's all good. Let's pull in, load up with some diesel fuel. Park and brake engine, and if we could only gas up like this in real life, you know, just pour in the gallons. $2.57 a gallon, a lot cheaper than it was in California. Just looking at the GPS, looks like there's a big parking area out back as well, which seems... Don't want to park up there just because I'm kind of curious. What is actually up here? Just more parking, I would assume? I mean, I know it's parking, but... We'll come up here just because. I'm interested. This is a interesting little rest area. I'm going to take up a lot of spots here because that's the kind of guy I am. Being articulated and everything. I don't want me trying to back in and all that. So park and brake. Turned off the engine. We're all good. We'll kind of take a quick peek outside just because. Nice little place to get out, stretch your legs, do some walking. We passed a movie complex area a little bit back, so maybe me and Cindy will travel on down and go watch a movie or something. Who knows? Anywho, just want to go ahead and see where's my driver manager page. Driver manager. I want to see how our driver on his first day has done. Show the log here. So he's going from Denver to Amarillo. Not too bad. He brought in $736 on his first trip. That's not too bad. Is he bringing anything back, or what is he doing here? He's going back to Denver to the airport with sawdust panels. All right, maybe they're building something at the airport. Who knows? But we're going to leave him on balance just because he's already got a point in long distance, so he should be able to go a little ways. I forgot. Where's the skills? 1 point for long distance. Deliveries up to 400 miles. Yeah, it does sound like a lot, but as for a trucker, doesn't really cover too much. But anyways, tomorrow, in game, we should get to Tacoma. And we should be there in the morning-ish, late morning-ish, like 11 to 12. We got until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon to get them there. And we're going to turn and burn to Idaho-ish. I like saying ish a lot lately. But that's where we're going to kind of go. So we can be ready for the Wyoming DLC. Company-wise, we are making $106,000 a week, which is not bad, but we are making $42,000 in payments per week. So if you kind of look at it, we can say we're bringing in 60,000, but if you take out like fuel costs and everything, we might be making like 40,000 a week. But it'll keep going up. Diagnostics. Let's go into diagnostics. Yeah, 8% on the tires, 1% on standard wear and tear. But the DMV is looking at me like your truck's not in good condition, or it's not in ideal condition. Yeah, it happens. It happens when you drive. Imagine that. But anyways, yeah, we're up into Oregon. Going to make our way to Tacoma next episode. Get rid of these Kennys. Bring in some cash because we're getting kind of low on it, but we're fine. We're more than fine. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. But until then, have a good one.